Veronica, ha sido una grandísima pelea en la que has trabajado muy bien el suelo y además era una victoria que necesitabas. ¿Cómo te sientes?
Bueno, muy bien, como puedes pensar, ha sido 3 años trabajando duro y 3 años de venir de una lesión bastante fuerte. No pensé que iba a poder pelear de nuevo, ni siquiera sabía si iba a estar bien día a día. Entonces de ahí a poder solo regresar al octágono fue una gran victoria para mí porque, sabes, es lo que amo hacer y poder estar aquí de nuevo es un placer.
Te hemos visto venir cojeando. Es tu segunda victoria en UFC, pero me imagino que cuando la afrontes estoy seguro que vas a ir a por todas ya por la tercera para afianzar si cabe un poco más tu presencia en la Liga de las Ligas, UFC.
Sí, no, por supuesto. O sea, ahorita me siento mejor, no tengo ninguna lesión mala, ¿no? De un poquito raspada las rodillas, pero eso pasa cuando vas por los derribos. Pero ya después de 3 años afuera quiero seguir peleando un poquito más a menudo, ¿sabes? Ese tiempo no es algo que yo quería, sino fue por lesiones y de una pelea a otra siempre he tenido un poquito de mala suerte, pero pienso porque no he estado en un lugar fijo donde, ¿sabes? Me cuidan y pueden llevarme paso a paso, poco a poco a la próxima pelea. Entonces, ojalá en julio creo que van a volver, ojalá esté yo en esta cartelera.
My last question, la última pregunta para ti, por mi parte. ¿Qué le dices al pueblo venezolano, que estará muy orgulloso de la victoria de su representante?
Es difícil decirlo sin ponerme a llorar, ¿no? Pero muchas gracias, ¿sabes? Siempre me han apoyado en las buenas, en las malas, han seguido ahí y esta semana lo sentí bastante, sentí como el apoyo me llenó el corazón de amor, entonces, gracias.
I know you answered a couple of this in Spanish, but I'll ask in English. So after several years away, I guess, what are the emotions now coming into the big betting underdog? You were even the underdog after the first round in the live betting, but so what are the emotions now?
Yeah, they said I didn't have much cardio, so no, I'm just grateful to be here, man. It's been 3 years, and I've looked at the sport, and I've looked at other people training and fighting, and looked at them do it, and I just wanted to be back here again, regardless of what happened. This is what I love to do, and I feel like I belong to be here because I work hard for it.
And I know some fighters believe in ring rust, some don't, but did you feel anything different in there at first? Did you have to shake off any of the ring rust?
Well, it was a little bit of ring rust also because there was a lot of new things that I wanted to do and that I wanted to implement. I had a very dangerous opponent in regards to the grappling, and you can get caught with any shot. So it was maybe not so much ring rust because I feel like I've been fighting my entire life, but I had to think a lot more, and hopefully for the future ones I'm not that hesitant with things and they come out more naturally, but it was a lot of new things to implement and to think about.
And you mentioned her grappling. Obviously you were getting the best of her with the striking, with that head kick, a lot of the flurries, and dropped her in the first round too. So her game plan just seems shoot for submissions all night.
Yeah.
Were you expecting that from her?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, she trains at 10th Planet Freaks, with Richie, who I've trained with him before, and anytime you hear anything with him, he's like, you go for the finish and you go for the kill. We go for the kill all the time. So her training in there and her mentality, I knew that was going to be the case. I had to find windows to keep myself safe and to find strikes and to just maintain calm. And I felt like if I did that and maintained myself safe, that it was going to be okay and I was going to be able to withstand all her submission attacks.
Well, when she was going for these submissions, it seemed like she would leave her head open a lot. Like
Yes.
You would break free from submissions by punching her in the head. Were you, I guess, surprised that she didn't adjust the game plan at all?
Well, when you're married to Dan Hardy, he kind of overanalyzes everything, right? So he watched a lot of her. I did as well, a lot of combat jiu-jitsu, and all of her grappling is phenomenal. It seems to change a bit when she gets hit with something. So she would freeze or something, and we saw that as an opportunity to, if she goes for something, maintain calm, maintain good positions, good frame, and strike, because you'll find more openings there.
And then final one for me, what was it like fighting here in your like adopted home country as your first fight back? You didn't fight in the Apex or anything, so you went right from fans right into more fans.
No, man, I don't want to fight in no Apex. I want to fight with a crowd. I was upset that they changed it 30 minutes earlier. They didn't tell nobody. I had to text my family frantically so they didn't miss the fight. Because my sister took the whole day off work. If she would have missed it, she would have killed me. So, but it's honestly amazing. You know, tomorrow is Mother's Day, so I'm going to go up and see my adopted family, and it's great because I knew that whatever happened, that they have my back for everything. So it's amazing.
Veronica,
thanks.
just over here.
Yeah.
You spoke a little bit about the layoff, the 3 years on the sidelines. How was that mentally for you, having to, like you said, watch other fighters come up?
Well, with 3 years, there's a lot of ups and downs in things, you know, especially my track record in the UFC is pretty horrific. So it was going past looking just at the results and feeling like I was capable of coming back and doing it, and realizing that it was decision making and a lot of things that I was doing incorrectly or not prepping correctly for a fight. It wasn't my lack of ability, and having to overcome that mentally in order to be back was difficult. But also seeing other people fight and live a dream that I want to do, it motivated me to, man, they worked hard and they didn't have ideal scenarios, and look at what you have now. You have a group of people who love you and support you and will take you anywhere you need to go in order to get where you want to be. So of course you can do it.
And I know you had problems with concussions, which
Yes.
was why, you know, you had that long layoff. In terms of, you know, improving, using that time to work on yourself, was that difficult at all, being able to not do certain things?
Well, I wasn't really sure if I was going to not have migraines every day. You know, there were days that I would wake up and the pain was brutal. I would just stare at a wall and cry. And I didn't know if I was going to be okay from that. So it took me some time to realize that, man, I just want to be okay from now on. So to go from that to training to then thinking, look, you can do it, you know, it's gone. You've had doctors, you have everybody around you to help you to overcome all these things. It was a bit difficult, but like I said, you know, when you have Dan Hardy and he's like the best analyst in the world telling you that you can do it, you can do great things in this division, it's hard not to believe him. I mean, you gotta give him the respect that for the man that he is. So I did, and I'm very grateful, very glad that I'm here.
Did you feel pressure at all? Obviously, coming back and everyone's anticipating your return. Did you feel like you had a lot of pressure on you going into this one?
I didn't. I just felt like I had a lot of love and support and a lot of people that were proud of me for going through what I did and still showing my love for something and coming back. So for the first time, I didn't feel pressure.
And what's next for you? What do you see in your future?
Hopefully to come back here. I think they're coming in July, so yeah, they are, right? Yeah, so come on, July.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, Veronica. How you
Yeah.
doing? Congratulations on the win. You've obviously touched on it, having someone like Dan in the corner, being a fantastic tactical mindset. How much more confidence does it give you going in there when you've got someone like Dan in your corner?
I feel like it's like a cheat code to the game. You have a video game and you found the cheat code and you're like, whoa, this dude has all the answers. And, you know, and he's kind of just, if he can't show you the way that he wants to do it, he can find a fighter and find me an example and find me different ways that other people have applied it, even if it's something that's not his strong suit, or he'll take me to a different gym. You know, he's put so much of his life aside to help me out that it's unbelievable, and it gave me so much strength, because I'm like, Dan doesn't need to do this, man. He has so much more important stuff to do, and if he's taking the time to put all this energy into me, I'm going to give it my all.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Veronica?
Yeah.
First of all, congratulations for your win.
Thank you.
You said earlier you were talking, my UFC record before was horrific, but you know what? You look at you fought, yeah, and you fought some of the best in the division, and then you've come back after 3 years to fight someone who hasn't lost in the UFC yet, and you did what you did. Does that make you feel even more like, I'm ready for this to come back, I'm ready to continue doing what I'm doing?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of it has had to do with my lack of preparation, had to do with my lack of stability, my lack of understanding the game, and it didn't matter who I faced. I felt like I would lose to amateurs if it came to it, if I didn't fix those things. So it's good to see that I am taking the steps in the right direction to get that way, because in the end of the day, I just want to be the best version of myself that I can be.
Yeah, and you definitely showed that tonight. No one would ever think that you've been out for 3 years after the way you performed, especially against such an up-and-coming prospect as your opponent was.
Yeah.
So congratulations on that. And again, you said you've got Dan in your corner, you've got Jimmy in your corner, Cage Warriors champion.
Yeah.
That must make it so much more sweeter.
Oh, it does. And I have Jack Young in my corner, which, you know, to start training after a concussion where you were so horrible, you have to be very careful who you train with, because somebody who their ego rises up and they, you know, they can just do something crazy and then you're back to square one, you're back to horrible. And to have somebody that was so careful with me, that worked with me every single day, gave me a different system, a different pattern, applied so many things to my game. It was amazing. Him, Jack Young, and his brother Joe. Yeah, thank you guys so much.
So it looked like you never left, so congratulations.
Thank you. Is that all? Yeah? Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.